Filipino American John Bautista found success overseas, bringing phenomenal talent to the stage and screen, managing the likes of Tony nominee Lorna Courtney. The Namoff and Company talent manager shares his journey here on The Final Word, joining us from the U.S. Thank you so much for joining us, John. What does it take to become a successful talent manager in America?
Hi, thank you so much for having me. It's such a real honor. That's a really hard question to answer. It's a really difficult industry to be in because it's so creative and there's no direct path to being a talent manager. But a good eye for talent, of course, really hard work, being able to research different opportunities for clients in film, TV, and theater, and staying on the pulse of everything that's going on in Hollywood and on stage, just being able to adjust to the changing times. Content is coming from everywhere. New talent is coming from everywhere, all over the world. Social media has made the world smaller. So you have to have your hand in everything and be able to pursue different opportunities and think out of the box every day.
You grew up here in Manila, John. What was the catalyst?
I did.
What was the catalyst that brought you to America?
Yeah, I was lucky enough to be exposed to theater growing up, and I was really obsessed with Hollywood cinema and film. My parents would bring me to all of the local shows from Repertory Philippines, and I would go to all of the school shows when I was studying in Ateneo. And I realized when I was in high school that a career in the arts and not as a performer was something that was possible. And so I did my research, and I knew I had to learn from the best. So I decided to move to New York to study college at New York University.
Wow, that's one of the best schools for the arts and for film. You're currently a talent manager and director of operations at Namoff and Company. Tell us about the company that you work for.
Yes, I am. Right, so we're a talent management and production company based in New York, but we have clients working all over in TV, film, and theater. You have clients who are living both in New York and LA, and some living all over the country and even internationally. And the clients are at all different stages of their careers. You have people who are right out of college, right out of drama school, to people who have been nominated for Tonys, for Emmy Awards, and have won Tony Awards, and have been working on really high-profile things. So we were really inspired by the artists and what they can do and the stories that they tell, regardless of where they are in their career.
And apart from Courtney, which other actors working in film, television, and theater do you represent?
Right, so one of the most recent highlights was Kuhu Verma, who was in the Netflix film Murder Mystery 2 opposite Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston. She's being displayed right now. So she is a really multi-hyphenate talent. I like working with artists who have their hand in different genres and mediums in the industry. And she's done things like musical theater, opera, film, and it's really exciting to see artists who are able to transcend different mediums and transcend just the initial boxes that they were put in and try to have a hand in everything in the industry. It makes it more exciting.
Absolutely, and really are very proud of you and what you've achieved in the United States as a talent manager. But working for Namoff, what do you look for specifically in actors?
Right. It's something instinctual. Obviously, great training and great talent is something that will always be there. And as the years go on, everyone is becoming more talented and has the best training and has more access to arts education. But I think that it's really about the spirit and the passion that you can see behind a performance.
Yeah.
We'll see people in school, we'll see people on a TV show, we'll see people on stage and identify really their hunger and thirst for telling stories and being in front of the camera or being on stage. And you can't quantify it, you can't really describe it in detail, but once you feel it, there's a connection that you feel in your spirit, in your heart, and you'll only know it when it happens. You know, obviously there are different factors that lead into it, but it's really an intangible quality that makes them feel really special.
What about diversity, John? Is there enough diversity in casting actors in film, in theater, and in television?
Thank you for asking that question, because it's something that I try to have in my work as a person of color, as a Filipino talent manager. I think that diversity is something that's definitely increasing and has increased a lot in the past few years. But it needs to get even better. I think that we're not just trying to increase the diversity on stage and on screen. I think that the people who are making decisions behind the table, the people who are making decisions at the higher levels of studios and networks and production companies really need to be diverse as well, because just because actors are telling a story and are representing a different a wide array of identities, it doesn't mean that diversity has been reached. I feel like once you can make a creative decision, once you can make business decisions, and that level of decision making is from a diverse group of people,
John,
then we can have actual equity and justice in the entertainment industry.
what about Filipino talents, John? Do we have the talent? Do we have the capability to make it on the international stage? And being the only Filipino at Namoff, are you looking for Filipino talents?
That's my answer to that is absolutely. I think that Filipinos are, and you know this, everyone knows this, we're some of the most talented people, natural talent in the world. I believe that. We learn to sing and dance before we can walk and talk.
Yes.
And people just are amazed by the level of talent that comes out of the Philippines. I think definitely we are a competitive group of people in the industry. I think access to arts education is what's really needed to increase those chances of succeeding abroad, or even making the international markets notice Filipino-made products and Filipino-made productions. And that's something I also want to introduce in my career, is working with increasing my connection with the Philippines and productions and film and TV and theater that are locally made, because it's something that I grew up with. It's something that was really formative in my career as a talent manager and making it in New York as well. And we've seen a lot of success recently with actors like Dolly De Leon, of course, Liza Soberano, Nico Pascual. We are making it. We are making a name for ourselves and showing the world that we are talented and can compete internationally.
Keep that flag raising for all Filipinos in the talent management field in the United States. Congratulations on your success. John Bautista from Namoff and Company.